The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has claimed tens of thousands of lives and displaced many millions of people and has its roots in a colonial act carried out more than a century ago. With Israel declaring war on the Gaza Strip after an unprecedented attack by the armed Palestinian group Hamas on Saturday, the world's eyes are again sharply focused on what might come next. Here's a simple guide to break down one of the world's longest-running conflicts. A century ago, on November 2, 1917, the Balfour Declaration was issued by British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to support the establishment of a Jewish national home in Palestine, despite over 90% of the population being Palestinian Arabs. A British mandate from 1923 to 1948 facilitated Jewish immigration but led to Palestinian protests due to changing demographics and land confiscations. The Balfour Declaration's impact still resonates in the ongoing conflicts in the region. A brief 67-word letter addressed by Lionel Walter Rothschild, a prominent figure in the British Jewish community. Escalating tensions eventually led to the Arab Revolt, which lasted from 1936 to 1939. By 1947, the Jewish population had ballooned to 33% of Palestine, but they owned only 6% of the land. The United Nations adopted Resolution 181, which called for the partition of Palestine into Arab and Jewish states. The Palestinians rejected the plan because it allotted about 56% of Palestine to the Jewish state, including most of the fertile coastal region. At the time, the Palestinians owned 94% of historic Palestine and comprised 67% of its population. This was just the start, and from 1947 to 1949, over 500 Palestinian towns and cities were destroyed in what Palestinians call the Nakba, meaning catastrophe. Around 15,000 Palestinians died, including in many massacres. On May 15, 1948, Israel declared its existence. The next day, the First Arab-Israeli War started, and the fighting ended in January 1949 when Israel, Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, and Syria agreed to a temporary stop in the conflict. In December 1948, the United Nations passed Resolution 194, which calls for Palestinian refugees to have the right to return to their homes. This history explains the long-lasting challenges in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.